morning, this is Shomshikha presenting before you today's bulletin. First, the national news. At a time when India's voice and local products are going global, the country's media industry also need to go global, said Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday while inaugurating the Patrika Gate in Jaipur via video conferencing. He also said that India's local products are going global. India's voice is also becoming more global. The world listens to India more intently. India has a strong presence on every international platform. In such a situation, the Indian media also needs to go global. Amid the simmering tension between Indian and Chinese troops at line of actual control in Ladakh, China has started deploying its soldiers in large numbers near the LAC. On Monday, that is on 7 September, the Indian Army succeeded in foiling the incursion of People's Liberation Army into Mukri area of Chushul, but more such actions are expected from China in the coming days. The center confirmed on Tuesday that the Sputnik 5 vaccine cleared by Russian regulators for public use could be either manufactured in India in partnership with domestic companies or its phase 3 clinical trials could be conducted in multiple Indian sites. Now the sports news. Cristiano Ronaldo became the first European player to reach 100 international goals after scoring twice in Portugal's 2-4-0 win over 10-man Sweden. Veteran Sweden midfielder Gustav Svensson was sent off just before halftime for collecting a second yellow card and for the resulting free kick. Ronaldo fired the ball into the top corner to bring up this landmark century. Stuck in procedural delays for nearly 2 years, Indoor's first AstroTurf hockey ground is finally set to witness the light of the day in 18 months' time, Madhya Pradesh Sports and Welfare Department said. District Sports Officer Joseph Bakla informed that the state government has finally accepted the proposal to build an AstroTurf hockey pitch in 5 acres of land in suburban Bijalpur area of the city. Now the northeastern news. Indian companies make a beeline to set up manufacturing units in Bhutan in the absence of conducive atmosphere in Assam and other northeastern states. Assam's immediate international neighbor Bhutan is eating into its business pie thanks to the non-conducive business environment in the state, which has prompted Indian business houses to seek a safe haven in the Himalayan kingdom. As per reports in the media, the Board of Secondary Education of Assam is mulling to defer the High School Leaving Certificate HSL's examinations 2021 till March due to the academic losses caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Arunachal Pradesh Home Minister Baman Felix on Tuesday said, Arunachal is and shall always remain an integral part of India, and China should stop making imaginary claims over the state. It is said that China has this pigment of imagination of claiming our state as South Tibet. Arunachal has always been a part of India and shall remain so, said Felix. Ghalibabad Lok Sabha MP Gaurav Gogoi urged Defence Minister Rajnath Singh to ensure the safe return of 5 youths from Arunachal Pradesh who have allegedly been abducted by Chinese People's Liberation Army from the upper Subansiri district during a hunting exercise. Meanwhile, the Indian Army has sent a hotline message to its counterpart in China, the People's Liberation Army, stationed in the Indo-China border for the same cause. However, the PLA is yet to respond, said the Union Minister. Now the regional news. With the beginning of Priti Pakha of paying obeisances to parents as a mark of respect to departed souls of forefathers, devoted Hindus who still follow the traditions of religious rituals containing for ages have revived the demand for sacred platform on the bank of Barak River at Annapurna Ghat, closest to the holy temple of goddess Durga of this town. The 15-day long ritual period began on 2nd September to conclude on 17th September, the day of Mahalaya, that invokes the goddess deity to her paternal home on this earth with her children from Mount Kailash. The deceased journalist of Prantajati, Ashim Datta, who took his last breath on Monday morning due to coronavirus, reached the crematorium, remaining packed in 3 different layers of plastic. A few journalists gathered there to pay respect for last time. Maintaining COVID protocols from some distance, they prayed for the departed soul to rest in peace. Later, his brother-in-law, founder and editor-in-chief of the online news publication Any Now, cremated Datta wearing a PPE. He was joined by journalist Abhijit Bhattacharjee and Bishakalan Purkaista, who were also in PPE kits. That's all for today's bulletin. Have a nice day. Thank you.